Hello, I'm Ortho, and welcome back to episode 5 of my solo series on All the Mods Free Remix. Today, I want to get some food sorted out, because I've been subsisting on just killing an animal as and when I run out of food. And especially with the nutrition system, that's what this carrot in my inventory is, that's not really a great way of doing it. We're a little better now, because our awesome hopping bonsai pot has given us plenty of apples, but we need a little bit more variety than fruit, which I'm now at 100% on, and protein. You see, I've got a bit of grain. That's from when I've been recording another series that you'll see coming soon. But in between the episodes, I've made this little pen, which will fill up in a bit. But first, I just want to make a very basic little farm. But for that, I'm going to need a bucket of water, which I've already pre-prepared, and a hoe. Although, actually, I don't need a hoe. I've already lied to you. Because this mattock that we made earlier, it's not just an axe and a spade. It's also, magically, a hoe. So, it's a pretty impressively versatile tool. So I can just hoe up this ground. Aha, a worm. Excellent. Very useful things, worms. So I'll just hoe up a bit more of this ground. Aha, I've begun to feel comfortable handling Matty. Or the Matty. It's technically what it said, but I know what it means. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, so that's how far away you can go from a water block. It'll do a 9x9, basically. The worms are brilliant little things because they will both hydrate and give an occasional bone meal effect to an area. So I'm overdoing the size of this a bit, but it's just because I have these worms available. And every time you hoe a bit more, you have a bit more chance for worms. So it's always worth doing. I've got... where are my seeds? I'm pretty sure I've got some seeds. Here they are, 24. So we'll get us a bit of a start. That's certainly not going to fill in the whole of a 9x9, that being 80. The keen maths amongst you will, of course, be decrying my skills at squaring the number 9 until you realise that there's a block of water taken out of the middle, making it 80, not 81. And I'd like to find some potatoes or carrots as well, because that'll get our veg up as well. But that can wait for now until I come across a village or similar. Let's see. Do we have... we have some flax seeds as well. From Actually Additions. Very useful stuff for getting string. And with string we can make wool as well. So I might just plant some of that. Did I have another spare worm? I did. So that's that. I might just put this worm here and plant these flax seeds. Go on, worm. Do this one. There we go. There. So I've got a bit of a wheat farm, a little bit of flax farm. And now, we have this pen here. In case you hadn't guessed, I intend to fill it with animals. But how do I get the animals from over there to over here? Obviously, the traditional... There's 2 traditional vanilla ways. There's a sheep up there. Okay, here. So I could lead him over with some wheat, or in the more contemporary way of doing it in Minecraft would be to craft a lead. And I could even do that because I can get slime fairly easily with that slime island right there. But there's a better way. Because, of course, this wouldn't be modded Minecraft if there weren't better ways of doing things. And all I need is a bit of gold. There's some gold. and some string. Unfortunately, I have some string. So, I need to turn my gold into gold nuggets, and I want a... That's not how you spell lasso. A golden lasso. You see, this takes... It's one of those extra utilities crafting recipes. Extra utilities does like nice simple recipes, but with an added kicker of needing XP as well. 8 XP happens to be how much I have. I did have to go and do a little bit of mining. And you see, I actually already had one that I made earlier. But having 2 just makes the job so much easier. Right, because, you know, half the time. Because I want 2 of each animal, and they tend to roam around in packs. I did have to go mining just before making this episode, because I didn't quite have enough levels to make the second one. So that's 1 sheep and 2 sheeps. So, run back to our pen. Did I left the gate open, so I had better go in. Oh. Yeah, one of the simplest mods that's in this pack is called Fence Jumper. Very useful. All it does is allow players to jump over fences without allowing mobs to do it. Right, I'm going to go find some pigs or chickens or something. Oh, this is the Action Edition's flax, by the way. It's what it looks like in the world. Break it, you get some string and some seeds. Useful stuff. Aha, chickens. Oops. Got to right click, not left click. And some pigs as well. Oh, it is starting to get dark. But I see a second pig. And I've got him. I better head back quick. So pig and pig. Excellent. Aha, and Deacon has slept for us. That's definitely a bonus. And now all I need is some cows. I don't see any out on this plane, and I didn't see any when I was running out there, but I do remember there were some on the other side of this hill. So I'm going to run around there. See what I can find. I spy a cow. Aha, and another cow. Excellent. Right, so once my wheat starts to grow, I can start breeding the cows and the sheep, and well, pretty soon we'll have excess seeds as well, so I can be breeding the chickens too. And then should start getting a fairly sustainable source of protein to go with our sustainable source of wheat. And then we'll have fruit from the apples as well. So we'll be doing fairly well. And yeah, we should be able to milk the cows too and start getting our dairy up. And that is 4 out of the 5 nutrition groups. I just need to find some vegetables. So we might need to go on a hunt for a village. But we will see. There we go. 1 cows, 2 cows. Excellent. Now, has any of our wheat grown? A little bit. Good. Okay, so another seed, so let's plant that. And okay, we have a bit of wheat because I had some in my pack already for some reason. Don't remember why. I may have picked it up out in the world somewhere. Let's see if we can get some of these guys breeding already. So, cow and cow. And let's go sheep and sheep as well. Oh, here we go, little baby cow. There you go, let's feed them. Here we go. And it'll even tell us how long it's going to be before there'll be an adult. That's nearly 20 minutes. It'll be 5 minutes before they can breed again. So, very useful tool, the one probe. Next episode, I think we should get started on ore processing and powergen. And I've decided now that we're going to use mekanism. So, to prepare for that, I think the first thing to do will be to get some of these ores smelted down in the smeltery, which I know sounds a little bit backwards, but really what I'm going to need is some of this osmium, because osmium is the special ore for mekanism. At least I think I'm going to need it. I guess I should really look up some of the recipes, but that would be boring. I think first what I'm going to do is empty out what is in the smeltery, because you really shouldn't just leave things in the smeltery like this. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put the osmium in. Alright, so here's the osmium cooking up. It'll take a little while. We've got plenty of lava in there. And while it is cooking up, I'm just going to have a quick look at the mekanism machines. This is one of my top tips for using JEI, is you can do @ and then the name of the mod. Super useful. Yeah, so one of the first things we're going to want will be the enrichment chamber. We're also going to want our digital miner. We'll definitely want one of them. But that's not the easiest thing to make, shall we say. So, the metallurgic infuser is needed to make the control circuit, and that means the metallurgic infuser will be one of the first things we need to make. So I'm just going to take a quick look at the potential ore processing pipelines for iron ore as a nice example. So, the simplest one, vanilla Minecraft furnace, you put iron ore in, you get 1 iron ingot. Easy. Quartz grindstone from Applied Energistics, you get 2 pulverized iron. You can use that. So each one of those you can turn into an iron ingot. Or you can do all sorts of other things with them. And there are so many things you can do with a piece of iron ore. Lots of these will, in some way or other, give you 2 or maybe 3, some of them even 4 pieces of iron eventually. So, mekanism ones, we have the chemical dissolution chamber, the purification chamber, the chemical injection chamber, or the enrichment chamber. And I think, yeah, those are the only ones. I say only, like there should be more, but if I remember rightly, the enrichment chamber is the one we're kind of looking for now, because it's relatively easy to make, and it's just our basic ore doubling mechanic. And all that'll do is turn our iron ore into 2 pulverized iron, and that pulverized iron can be cooked up in any type of furnace. To make the enrichment chamber, we need to have first made a metallurgic infuser. But that's not hard to make. So the first 2 things we make will be the metallurgic infuser, then the enrichment chamber. But that's a job for next time. As you saw, what we do need is osmium. So we've got our 4 blocks of molten osmium in there. Let's pour it out. And here is our osmium. And we just want to turn that into ingots, really. But I can do that here. We've got a little bit of the ore left. I really need some more chests. I could do with a larger base, to be honest. But I think we'll get our ore processing and basic power set up first, and then we'll look at moving to a new home and how we're going to design that. For now, just need to work out what else we're going to need. And a quick look at the recipes reminds me that that is steel. And normally, steel would be a problem, because you normally have to go quite a long way into various mods in order to find it. I remember the old Railcraft days, you needed a really quite impressive setup just to get a bit of steel. Oh, excellent. We've got quite a few things grown here. Sorry, I'm just going to do a little bit of farming, and then we will certainly be back to the discussion about steel. So, the chickens like seeds, so we can get baby chicken as well. Ha ha. There we go. Oh, cute little baby chicken. And I now have plenty of wheat to get another baby cow and another baby sheep. Well, looks like our baby sheep has grown to an adult sheep. Okay. I could also, out of that, make some bread. Anyway, steel. So the other important thing we're going to need for Mekanism will be steel. This would normally be quite difficult in previous mod packs I've played, but in this one, there's a nice, easy Tinker's-based recipe, which was the other reason I made a smeltery, because without the smeltery, steel's actually quite difficult to make. And all I need is a bit of coal and a bit of iron. Technically, we need liquefacted coal, which can be a bit off-putting, but there's a cheeky secret there, which is that liquefacted coal is just coal that you've melted down in the smeltery. So it's not as hard as it seems. So I'm probably just going to melt a whole 4 blocks of iron, because there's a bit of an oddity with the steel recipe in this, in that you can use different amounts of coal in it. And it seems rather wasteful to me. See here. So 18 millibuckets of molten iron will make 18 millibuckets of molten steel. 9 millibuckets will make 9. 9 will make 9 there as well. These two recipes are actually exactly the same. Oh, right, but no, those two are exactly the same. I have no idea why they're both there. Anyway, 18 or 9, using the same amount of liquefacted coal. But that means effectively this one is using twice the amount of coal to the amount of iron. So if I have lots of iron in there and less coal, it should use this recipe, not this one. I hope. Anyway, so I'm going to put some coal in there, and it will make some, and it will just make steel. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell from doing this, there's just no sane way. Oh, okay. I said that, but I was going to say there's no sane way of getting it to have an even number of blocks and ingots, but it seems there is. All right, I'm going to get some more, because it seems that just putting in 36 coal does somehow work to not have a bit of coal left over. So I'm going to get a bit more coal. And then I will pour out the rest as just blocks and ingots. So that shouldn't be a massive problem. All right, so I have 2 blocks of steel in there. There comes one of them. And then I'll just have to pour out a few ingots using the ingot cast, which is not the end of the world. Okay, and our smeltery is now nice and empty, as you should always keep a smeltery as a general rule. And my inventory is a bit of a mess. So I think by next time, I'm going to have to get a couple more chests and sort things out a bit so that we're ready to start getting into Mekanism properly. So until then, goodbye.